A lot of people are just passing their time on planet Earth, chasing the standard stuff. But God made you to be you, and you're anything but standard. Do you want to live life to the full? Well, you need to understand life to the full. How? To understand something, you need to ask 3 key questions. Why, what, and how. You need to ask the why, what, and how of life. Why are we here? What exactly is a human? How are we to live our lives? Yes, these sound like huge questions, and ones you might think only bookworms with titles in front of and after the names can tackle. But if you think about it, they're exactly the type of questions you and your friends are asking. And guess what? Every day, you and your friends are being pushed answers to these questions. Unfortunately, they aren't always the correct answers. And worse yet, some people say you can't even ask these questions. Questions about the why, what, and how of life are not only hard to answer, but not even possible to ask. They're saying that life just is. It's here, there's no design, there's no point to it, and you just go with the flow. Really? If that's true, you can never say words like can, can't, should, shouldn't, must, mustn't, right or wrong. That's because each of these words need a standard, a design, a point to life. Here's the funny thing. Those people who say you can't know the meaning of life and you shouldn't say there is one because there really isn't anything that's right or wrong, they're using exactly the same words that say they are standards to life. Can't, shouldn't, right, wrong. Now they may say there's no purpose or standard to life, but they sure aren't talking or living like there isn't. That's because it's actually impossible to live life without standards. It simply doesn't work that way. You see, there's a question at the bottom of all the questions you and your friends will ask. It's the foundation one which every question is built on. It's this one. Is life by design or default? Is life by design or default? Are there standards, a point to life, a design, or is it just what it is? You just go with the flow, follow the default. Decide today to live life by design, not default. Decide to know that you're lovingly made by love, for love, and to love. Here's the good news, and it's pretty simple. I've got 3 key verses for you that are shortcuts to answering these 3 key questions. Jot them down. Each of them have something to say in all the questions you may have, and your friends' questions too. You ready to write them down? Here they are. Mark 12:30-31, Romans 12:12, and John 16:33. These 3 verses are the why, what, and how of life. In Mark 12:30-31, Jesus said this about the why, the purpose of life. It's to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is to love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. Jesus is telling us here that the why of life, the reason we were created, is for love and to love. To love, firstly, God, then our neighbors as ourselves. He's also telling us the what of life, what we are. God made us with these 4 unique yet unified layers of our humanity: heart, soul, mind, and strength. A heart of emotions, a soul that's eternal, a mind full of thoughts, and a body to embrace this world with. And how are we to flow through this adventure called life? Romans 12:12 and John 16:33. Romans 12:12. Rejoice in hope, endure in suffering, persist in prayer. You see, our joy doesn't come from our feelings or our circumstances. It comes from an enduring hope. A hope that's anchored in eternity with someone who can pray to and who gives us the strength to endure through the suffering, the tough things on this side of eternity. And who's that someone? Jesus. And he had this to say to us in John 16:33. I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you have trouble and suffering, but take courage. I have conquered the world. Christianity is about relationship, not rules. A Relationship with someone who carefully crafted us with a dream for a special destiny at this point in human history, and someone who knows that destinies are tough battles to be won, but ones he will fight alongside us for. So, as you continue through this adventure that is life, as you get down to the business of living, like talking with your friends at school, remember these 3 verses. And don't just remember them, live them, be them. Because that's exactly what the world needs. It always has. And always remember, ultimately, it isn't an answer we really need, but a relationship with the one who has all the answers. I'll see you with these 3 verses in the Q&A.